Okay, we're good, so you can call it to order.
So you're gonna do that before pledge? Is that what we're doing?
You can do the Pledge of Allegiance now.
Okay, I'll call it. I call this regular meeting to order for the Swain County Tourism Development Authority on August the 11th, 2021. If you'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, face the flag. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have anybody on the list for public comment?
None.
No public comment. So I just.
We have one C, you have to call for if anyone has any changes to the agenda. And I'm just going to tell you that agenda item 4B will be tabled until the next meeting because that's Jeremiah's topic to discuss about the committee appointments, and he's not here today. So we'll move that to next meeting.
Okay.
That's all I have.
So you want to pass around the approval for the meeting minutes, or we're going to vote?
You have to,
Vote.
there's to be a motion and a second and a vote on both sets of meeting minutes.
Is there a motion for the approval for 7/14/21 and 8/2/21 meeting minutes?
I think what gonna happen, I think I cannot approve the 7 something, right? But I can approve 8/1 or 8.
Oh, 7/14, that was when you were
Yeah,
on the
you're here.
board
Oh,
then.
so I'm on it,
July,
right?
yeah.
Okay, then I can approve.
Both.
Or make the, you want to make the
I'm
motion?
gonna make a motion for approve that.
And I'll second it.
All four?
Okay, and we don't have any public comments, so I'm just going to go right into the executive report, which is brief. Let's start with marketing and public relations. We've completed phase 1 of the photo video shoot, which was Fontana Lake and the Nantahala Gorge. 3 more phases of photo video are coming in August and September. So our marketing agency was able to secure models at no charge, so we didn't have to use those Visa gift cards that I asked you to approve last meeting. I didn't even buy them, but we still will if we need them for future shoots. Primarily, we're working on the new website, gathering data, writing new content, and attending several virtual meetings with Simple View. We're still looking at the beginning of the year before we have everything, all the new photo and video, all the content, all the data, before we can launch. On Monday is the new design branding presentation by Simple View, so this is going to be colors, fonts, logo. And so that's being presented to the marketing committee on Monday. And there's a couple of reports in here from the PR agency regarding public relations and social media. If you want to take a look at those and let me know if you have any questions, there's a lot of information in there. There's several upcoming media opportunities and media visits that are being arranged by our public relations company. So you want to take a look at that. And the report after that, I don't bring this to every meeting, but this is the visitor totals, the visitor count. And I also added the aquarium to this. The report looks like this. It's kind of interesting, you know, starting in July, we started opening the aquarium an extra day. I'm down at the bottom half of the page. But we saw over 3,000 visitors to the aquarium in the
That's
month of
cool.
July.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think you brought in, how much in donations? Like 2,300, I think you told me.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So,
I was over there at 10 o'clock and they had already seen 15 people
yeah,
this morning.
it's going really well.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to take a look at that. Let's see, I think the next item in your packet is the financial reports. Yep, and they look like this. So what this includes is, the first is your bank statement, So you have $761,000 in the bank, followed by the credit card statement, which is followed by the journal entries and the budgeted revenue and expense statement. So that's also in your packet. You know, it's a lot of paper. Let's see. The next item in your packet is the completed year, fiscal year, and it shows your July lodging tax collections at $213,674, which is almost 50% over last year at this time. So you finished out the 12 months at 1.9 million, 2,000. And let's see. The last item in your packet is the updated rules and procedures. This reflects the changes that were voted on in the last meeting. I three-hole punched it in case you want to put it in your notebooks, and for the new board members, I'll have this in your orientation notebook. So that's just for your records. And speaking of orientation, I'm going to contact both of you to try to get something together after Labor Day. It'll take about an hour, and we just kind of go through a little bit of history, some of the decisions that have been made recently, and answer any questions you might have. And I give you a whole year's worth of meeting minutes to look at what happened the most recent year, so we'll go through all that after Labor Day. Beautification Committee, they are actually going to meet on August 30th to plan for Christmas decor for this year. And I also spoke with the landscape architect this week. They will have some team members coming out to the site next week. So Ron, you might see some people walking around.
Do we need to be there for that?
No, they just want to get some in-the-field info. They just want to look at everything, like physically walk it. But they want to have some concepts for the committee by September. So as soon as they have some concepts, it'll come to the committee. And the committee will review all that before anything comes to the board. Because the final concept that they come up with will come to the board for approval. And it will also go to the county commissioners as well.
Yeah.
And there's nothing new to report from the Finance Committee. So that's my report.
August the 30th, and you said what time were we meeting?
11:30 a.m., August 30th. We can just meet in the same place at the Visitor Center,
Okay.
upstairs.
So we'll move on to the board discussion.
Yes.
So I've got an update for the EV charging stations. I spoke with the distributor, and they're filtering in parts right now. He said they had the motherboard, the main charging station, but they're still waiting on a few others. But the main thing that we need is the electrical panel that goes on the side of the building for Brian to install. That's getting custom built, and that's a little more than 3 weeks still out. So the distributor said that he should have everything before our next board meeting. Everything should filter in by then. And then I spoke with County Manager Kevin King about getting it trenched and ready to put the electrical wire in as soon as we have the parts. Kevin said he didn't see any reason that he could pull any number of men over there. He can do it in a day and get it trenched. So I'm foresee that maybe within the next month we'll have all the parts and we can move forward with start getting it installed.
That's great.
Any questions on the EV charging stations? Okay. The next item was tabled
Yeah.
because Jeremiah's not here.
One more thing, I went by the event park. The event park building, they've got the bones of the structure built, the iron beams are all set. They've not put any metal on the roof or anything like that, so I don't think it's gonna be ready for the fair.
For their event.
No. Kevin had told me that a couple of the people that contracted it had tested positive for COVID, so they're not showing up for work this week, but hope to be back on it next week. But like I said, I don't see them finishing it for the state fair at all. Any other board discussions anybody needs to talk about? Or?
Nothing at this time, look like. Wrong, anything?
No, I have nothing. I have something, but I'm gonna wait till Jeremiah's back for that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sue?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, that's quick.
This is a record.
Call for an
You want a
adjournment.
motion
Lord
to
have mercy, if
adjourn?
I'd been any later, I'd have missed it.
I'll second.
Andy's got a motion. Who's got a second?
I'll second.
Cheryl.
All in favor?
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
All in
Everybody
favor
was.
to adjourn?
And we can go back to.
Read back to-
our business.
Go back to the craziness. It's okay. I like doing this. It's
It's nice.